Hey everyone! So it is Friday already. This week has just flown by. We are well into Caleb's fall break. You guys really seem to like the last video. I was so nervous because I was like, this thing is almost 50 minutes long. But really great response from you guys liking the longer vlogs. So let's see what happens with this one. I highly doubt this is gonna be nearly as long, but we are still in Arizona Restaurant Week, and I am very, very excited because tonight we're going to probably our favorite restaurant. If it's not our favorite restaurant, it's at least our favorite steakhouse here in Arizona. It's up in Scottsdale. It's Mastro City Hall Steakhouse. If you've been watching us for a while, you know that's like, we always talk about it. We always rave about it. But yeah, there's the ice maker. So Caleb just got out of his shower. Steve is getting ready right now. I got ready a little bit early because I wanted to start this vlog. I wanted to kick this vlog off because I actually got some new things that I want to show you. So as some of you know, I have been missing my Thanksgiving linens. I used to have these really beautiful tablecloths from Williams-Sonoma. I had two of them, and one of them was very near and dear to me because I got it in 2012, and I know that off the top of my head because it was actually part of the collection for like the dinnerware that I have, so the tablecloth like matched the plates. And then I had another one. I had their like jacquard, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was like the jacquard line or whatever it is. Very, very beautiful. I couldn't find them, and I think we're now going on like, what, 2 years now? I don't remember. I have now resigned myself to the fact that I more than likely took them to the dry cleaners and then just completely forgot about them, never picked them up, and so they got rid of them. I've now checked like 3 different times with 3 different people, you know, using different names. I'm like, is it under Mike? Is it under Steve? Like, it's gone. Those things are just long gone. But I did get a new one. So here it is. Again, it's Williams-Sonoma. It's the Foliage Jacquard tablecloth. And I went with a bigger one this year. I went with a 70 by 126 inch. So this is our dining table that we have, but we don't use this dining table for Christmas, or I'm sorry, for Thanksgiving. What we actually do is we switch out our kitchen table. So we flip those because my kitchen table has the ability to expand. I'll add 2 extra leaves and we can get more seating in here. So I decided with this tablecloth, I'll get their bigger size, and let me open it so you can see what it looks like better. So here it is. You can get a kind of a better idea, but it's flax. They said the color is flax. The other one they had was like really, really orange, and I thought that was really pretty, but I wanted something that would match my dinnerware a little bit better, so I went with this. And I really like it. I think it's really pretty, although let me tell you about something. I'm a little miffed because I went and I looked at the tablecloth and it looked great on the website, so I checked out and it was all said and done, and then I realized I was paying $25 for shipping because though they were offering free shipping the weekend I bought it, you had to actually like input the code. I forget what it was. Oh my God, this thing never stops. Sorry, I get really touchy with my audio. So, but yeah, I didn't enter the promo code to get the free shipping, and they were charging me $25 for that little tablecloth. And so then I go and I try to contact them to say like, hey, I literally just ordered this like seconds ago. I can't get a hold of anyone. Everything's closed. Nothing's working. And when I tried to do just like their automated system, it was not allowing me to cancel the order because it was a seasonal item. So there's no returns on it. I was like, are you I was so frustrated, but I was in the middle of something else with like some friends, and I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but it's still annoying. And then when it shows up, they didn't even have it in a nice box. Right? Nope, they just threw it in one of those like mailer bags, and it was just, they probably just tossed it on my driveway. $25 for that. Yeah, so that was a little frustrating, but we also got something else that just arrived. So I'm pretty sure this is from Pottery Barn, and it's the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation cookie jar. Wow, they really packaged this well. It's like a box within a box, but yes, I can see. Griswold House cookie jar. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. I love it. So here's your first look. They packaged this very, very well. I'm really impressed with the packaging. So let's get it out. Oh my gosh, here it is. How cute is this? I love it. It's really, really nice, and it's painted nicely. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it even has like the little window. If you've seen the movie, that's where he's like looking out from when they're going to lunch or something. They're going to go shopping and he's calling for help because he's stuck in the attic. This is too cute. And then I guess this just lifts off like that. You can put the cookies in there. This is too cute. Oh, and then in case you wanted to see, here's a look at the back. Super, super cute. And then on the bottom, it says Christmas Vacation, Pottery Barn, hand wash only. I mean, no surprises there. Yeah, that's really awesome. I can't wait for Steve to see it. He's gonna love this. All right, I didn't get a chance to vlog Steve's reaction to the cookie jar because we started to run a little late for our dinner reservation. As I mentioned, we went to Mastro's City Hall Steakhouse and we were actually meeting up with some friends that night. And then, as we were enjoying the bread course, we ran into another friend. So we invited him to pull up a chair and the night turned into a really fun get-together. Now, I didn't vlog like I usually do because, you know, we wanted to spend the evening catching up with our friends, but as you can see, the food was incredible. We had salads, we had steaks, we had cocktails. It was a great night. Okay, so it is the next morning. Dinner was fantastic. I got my coffee here. I made my iced Americano as usual. Dinner was fantastic. We went with some friends. We were there with our friends Allie and Eric. And then it was funny because shortly after we sat down, like we had only gotten the bread basket at that point, one of Steve's buddies just happened to be there as well. By the way, the guy that showed up, it was, like I said, it was one of Steve's friends, someone we used to work with back in the day. He was actually at Caleb's first birthday party, and he was the one who grabbed that iconic picture of Caleb where he's tackling the cake and he's like got the fork in the air as if he just conquered something. It's like one of my favorite pictures. So Keith, if you're watching this, thank you for taking that picture. I love that picture. I hope you had a great time. But yeah, so we are just now hanging out. Caleb is outside right now playing with Skylar. Steve is throwing on some clothes. I think we're gonna go have just our Starbucks breakfast morning because that sounds kind of good. I don't really want to make breakfast this morning, but I do make my coffee here because I like my coffee better than the iced coffee at Starbucks. Well, we're in the car on our way to Starbucks. I forgot my coffee, so I'm gonna have to drink the iced coffee at Starbucks. All right, so I got my coffee, got my iced coffee, and then I brought my own little thing of protein powder because I got the oatmeal, but occasionally I get tired of the sausage sandwich, so then I just get the oatmeal, add a little protein powder and the blueberries, and it's really good and pretty healthy. Caleb got some chocolate milk.
Yeah, I got the sausage sandwich.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, your sausage is almost falling out of it, Suey.
All right, so I messed up. Apparently now when you order this, it only comes with the oatmeal, like it's just plain oatmeal, and you have to pay for the blueberries. The nuts were free, but I mean, luckily there was nobody in line, so I was able to just jump up there and grab these. But yeah, you have to customize it exactly the way you want it on the app. Usually in the past, I feel like it just came all together. Here it is. Protein oatmeal with berries and nuts.
Nuts and berries.
It's very, very hot. What?
I don't know why, but I feel like nuts and berries is better than berries and nuts.
Oh, okay.
It's just like the way it should be said.
All right.
That squirrel and that squirrel's going to wreck the place.
The squirrel will wreck the place. That's why we keep them outside of the office.
So what is this you're showing?
I have a little wildlife friend outside my window of my office that visits me all day long. So I'm showing Caleb that I have Nutty the squirrel, and I also have Squeaker the squirrel that's his friend.
All right, Caleb, so you did a good job on your sandwich. What do you get now?
Pumpkin bread.
We're gonna try some pumpkin bread.
Compare it to,
Yeah.
you know, better than Starbucks.
Nothing can be better than Starbucks if you're actually eating Starbucks, right?
We'll see.
All right, we took the pumpkin loaf to go, but I did take a bite. It's very delicious. I think the issue with mine was that it just needed more sugar. If it just was a little bit sweeter, it would have been a lot better. But this is the way to go.
Did you make sure that you like read the recipe correctly?
Yeah, I did.
Because I know you like had like a shocked reaction and went back to the recipe and realized that sugar in or not?
And you know what's funny? I forgot to put that footage in. I actually took a bite and I was like chewing. I'm like, let me go check the recipe really quick. And now I'm gonna try it. Let me check the recipe. I forgot to put that in the video.
I think you forgot to put in sugar.
So dumb. Oh, by the way, now that I'm seeing this, one of you messaged us about Caleb's chair in one of the previous videos. You were saying it was too low. I didn't even notice that. I felt so bad when I got that message, but thank you for pointing that out. We have addressed and raised his chair. His headpiece it was like too low or something, so we got it fixed, so thank you for letting us know.
Little man's growing like a weed.
And in usual Saturday morning fashion, after our Starbucks breakfast, we are now off to Target. Sun is really bright today, but I think we're gonna get some stuff so we can start working on our French onion soup. And then just, you know, all the regular stuff you need at Target. You guys probably didn't notice this, but I never choose the Target cart. It's always a choice that Steve has to make because I will always choose the bad one. I will always choose the one that has like the bum wheel.
Turns to the right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Halloween cereal.
I am a sucker for Halloween cereals. Now we already have our Halloween Crunch, Cap'n Crunch at home. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I have ever tried any of these cereals, the Count Chocula blueberry stuff. I've never had it. Okay, for the French onion soup, we want 2.5 pounds of yellow onions. I'm getting just a little over 3 because we're probably gonna use them for other things too, but that's the first ingredient. As we're talking about French onion soup, you ordered it last night. Yeah. I don't think we really got a chance to vlog that because it was pretty loud and dark in there.
Yeah.
So how did it compare?
It wasn't great.
Okay.
And here's the reason why. It wasn't served in the traditional lion head bowl. It didn't have a cover of Gruyere on top. Mm-hmm. There was a crouton or two in there, but you don't have that like big crouton that you have to have in French onion soup. So it was kind of lacking. Having said that, it's restaurant week, so they did do half order. So maybe a full order, you get all that. So.
Next thing we need is some brown stock, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really notice a difference between like the Target Good and Gather and then this Kitchen Basics one. I've used both. I think they're fine. If you're a brown stock snob, then I guess, I don't know, let me know. Which one do you use? I think I'm just gonna go with like this one, I think. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with these two. So you'll want 2 of those. Oh, it looks like they've restocked the Mrs. Meyer's fall stuff. So this is the one I like, fall leaves. I think that smells really good. This is the one we originally got, acorn spice. I did not like that at all, but it looks like they've got apple cider. And what is that? Elderberry, okay.
I think we all know my opinion on this scented stuff.
What?
I'm not a fan.
You don't even like the fall leaves?
No, because your hands smell like when you're trying to eat things. Like, it's just like, all of a sudden, like that acorn spice. It's like acorn spice and bagel, yummy.
Okay, in picking out a dry white wine for this, for our French onion soup, I'm gonna go with this, because now you could definitely do like a Sauvignon Blanc, but we only use a scant amount of it. I wanna say you use maybe like 1/4 of a cup, and so I wanna get something that I actually enjoy drinking, so I'm gonna go with Chardonnay, and I'm picking this one because Steve and I actually went there. We visited that place when we were in Napa, and it was really good. So yeah, you can like pour yourself a small glass while you're cooking. It makes it fun.
You're supposed to drink what you want to cook with.
Exactly.
Right?
Thomas Keller says only use what you would actually want to drink.
I'm pretty sure this is a brand of Mini. I'm just going to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, so like I said, this is a brand of Mini. What I mean by that is this is a brand of Camus. We went to go visit Camus, and they have multiple different brands of their different offerings. So Mercelet, Chardonnay, sounds delicious. We know we like Camus too, so we'll go back to this.
Okay, Steve and I we've been having our little spats filled with laughter.
Yeah, sure.
Did you guys understand what he meant when he said brands of Mini?
I said Manny. And
Manny.
I'm pretty sure this is a brand of Mini. Okay, so like I said, this is a brand of Mini. Brand of Manny. M-A-N-Y, not M-I-N-I.
I've never heard it pronounced Many.
Yes, Mini brands. At first, like underneath one winery.
Now you're saying mini brands, like the toys. Like I'm
thinking like
many
brands.
Many brands. They have lots of brands.
One winery. They have mini brands.
I think I found what Steve was talking about when it comes to mini brands. Is this what you're talking about?
No. I just don't think you have the discernible ear to understand what I'm always saying.
At first I thought you meant a brand of Minnie. I thought Minnie was like, you know, Minnie Mouse. Like someone's name was Minnie and that was their brand or something.
Next time I'll just say, we like this wine.
Okay, this is super cool. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Universal Monsters. I love love that. Oh, I don't know if you can see it because of the reflection, but if you guys didn't know, I'm a big toy person. And here we've got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and this is actually the cartoon collection. Now they released all of these like in their old-fashioned form, like inspired by the 1980s actual like, oh, it's Trapjaw. I think I have him. Yeah, as you can see, they re-released them as they appeared kind of like inspired by the 1980s release, but now they've got the cartoon collection. And this one, they've got Skeletor meets Stranger Things, and they've got the Demogorgon. Oh, I didn't even see this one, Turtles of Grayskull.
So it's Splinter.
So now they've got a Massive Universe collab with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is super cool. Here we have the McFarlane Batman animated series toys, and I actually got the Batmobile already at home. I'm not kidding you guys, I'm a big toy person. I've just never shared it to the channel, but I kind of want this Batman to go with my Batmobile. They also have the Joker. Okay, so we are back in the car after an eventful Target run. I think we're gonna go do a little bit more shopping because we're trying to find Little Man a nice pair of shoes that he can wear for like when we go to nicer places. We're gonna be going to Bull and Bear one night while we're in Orlando, which I'm very excited about. And then we're also gonna go to a dinner tonight, and I'll talk about that later because Steve and I are gonna go do something really fun tonight. Yeah, so shopping continues. So we have come to the Santan Village, like it's like an outdoor mall, but they got some fun stores here, including like Barnes & Noble. They've got some good restaurants here. But this is a place Caleb and I used to come to when he was really, really little, before the days of COVID. And there is a little playground right here that he could play at. And I remember there would be a few mornings we would come here, because when you come here like really early, there's nobody here. And he would just play there. But then COVID hit and they closed it down. But now it's open again. Also, but now he's too big for it.
Also, I find it comical that we have an outdoor mall in Arizona.
And it's a hot one today.
Yeah, it's going to be 108 today, and we're talking, it's September 28th. It's still only 100 plus. It's ridiculous.
All right, we're going to check out the Van store for some shoes. What do you think? You don't like it?
Why don't you like it? Can you tell me why you don't like it?
I like the color of this all black.
Okay, so there's a C's Candy right next door, so we're gonna go check this out. This is so cute. This is so cute. I love Halloween candy. This is so fun. There's Mrs. C herself, Mary C. We're gonna go check out Box Lunch, where they've got no tricks, all treats. Oh, look at that. We got a cute little Disney, like a sweater vest. I think this is funny. Santa Spider-Man. This section looks fun. We've got a little Mickey Ghost zipper. And then you guys know me and my spatulas. How cute is this set? We got some cookie cutters and some spatulas. And then this caught my eye too. It's a baking set. I love the little oven mitt. That's so cute. I kind of wish this print, this design was on the back as well, but that's cute. I'm not a Loungefly enthusiast, but this kind of caught my eye. I love the green. It's really, really cute, but check this out. How adorable is that? I just like the picture. If I could just get the picture on something, because I don't need like a bag like that, but that's too cute. This is too funny because Caleb and I literally just watched this movie yesterday on Disney Plus. This is such a fun movie, but I looked it up. This is $12.90. It's an MDF block. Like, this is all it is. It's just a wooden block, but it looks like an old VHS of the movie. It's funny. And then what's this thing? It's cute too. This is, oh, it's a makeup bag. How cute. Oh, here we go. Are you a big KFC fan? Got the perfect bag for you. And a cup. And a tumbler. Okay, now this is cute. Steve saw this. That is awesome. The map of Neverland. And it's cool because it looks very vintagey. Like, it looks like something that would be hanging in your house, like, back in the day. I love it. Like the fringe right there. That is too cute. In case you were interested, it is $30, $29.90. And it appears they also have one Alice in Wonderland. All right, we just walked through the door back home, and oh look, here's my coffee waiting for me. yeah, so we are back home, but just for a bit, just so that we can like drop off the the groceries or the Target haul, whatever you want to say. But yeah, we were gonna go out to lunch, but then we were like, oh wait, we have like yogurt in the back. We just bought boxes of chocolates, so we felt it best to come back. But I think we're gonna go out, even though, so here's the deal. This is what we're doing tonight. Steve and I are going to a show out in downtown Phoenix, which I'm very excited for. And we also decided that since we're still in restaurant week, it goes through tomorrow, why not check out a place out in Phoenix? So obviously the show we're going to, Caleb can't go. So my niece Macy is gonna babysit. So we thought, let's all meet up in Phoenix and we can all do a fun restaurant, have a nice dinner. And then after that, Macy will, and I say my niece, I don't know why, but whenever I hear someone say like my niece or my nephew, I always imagine like a child. She is well into her 20s, so she's gonna meet us up there. We're gonna have a nice dinner, and then she is gonna take Caleb for the night and babysit while Steve and I continue on and go see a show. But yeah, as of right now, so even though we're gonna go to a dinner tonight, we still have about like 5.5 hours. So I think we're gonna go grab a small little lunch, maybe share something, I don't know. But yeah, just I don't really wanna just like stay home all day. That'd be kind of boring. Holy moly, it is a hot one. I had to look at my watch. It is 110 degrees outside, and this is crazy because it was so like cooling down these past few weeks. It was feeling really, really nice, and then all of a sudden, heat wave. But here is where we are having lunch today. Crust Simply Italian. We've never been here before, but we've heard good things. One of the things that's really interesting about this place is that literally you have to go all the way around the back, and it's got a secret speakeasy. Now we've been there before. It's called the Blue Heron. Really fun cocktails. It's a nice little intimate space, but it's hilarious how it's literally, the door is next to like the dumpster. And they have a menu right up front, the Blue Heron Cocktail Lounge. All right, here is a quick look at the menu. And you guys, I'm so sorry about the audio. I keep meaning to bring our little lav mics for these kind of places, because I've been trying to test them out to see how they're gonna work in Disney. But yeah, here you can see their menu. I'm very excited about having one of the pizzas because every time we come here, like to the Blue Heron back there, it always smells really, really good. It looks like they've got some wine and cocktails. They got a happy hour. So what do you think?
I've been here before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I waited for a lunch meeting, but did you talk about what's this attached to?
Yeah, you probably can explain it better than I can.
Yeah, it's a speakeasy, so it's kind of a nice laid-back lounge that you have to go around the back. You have to find the door with the light over it, and of course you kind of sit in this dark, like moody bar, which is kind of fun. Yeah. We did that before a movie once. We had a good time there. Yeah. But here, this is Italian food. Looks like they have a pretty good kids menu that kids are excited about, and I need to make my choice. Mike has already done that, so I guess I need to figure out what I'm doing.
Cocktails have arrived, and I went with the Aperol Spritz. I love a good Aperol Spritz, especially when it's nice and refreshing. And then, what'd you get?
Patio Pounder.
Patio Pounder, okay.
So it's a light, refreshing bourbon-based cocktail. I don't remember everything that's in it, but there is some Aperol in it, so we're both Aperol people today. How's it going?
Not good, not good. I have to admit, I was so concerned with getting footage of like the restaurant and, you know, vlogging our day. Yeah. I didn't really look at the menu. I made every wrong decision. I saw, I can see the kitchen where I'm at, and they put up an order of fried calamari. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Steve's like, we'll get it. And then I finally decided to pull up the menu on my phone. I'm like, they have spicy garlic knots here? Like,
well, also like when he ordered his actual,
pizza.
He ordered the wrong pizza, his own meal. So he's having a great time.
And then I even took a sip of Steve's drink, and I'm like, his drink is way better. I was like, let's just let's go outside and walk back in and start this over.
I told Mike, you know, it's not too late to order the things you actually want.
All right, our pizza has shown up. This is awesome. This is an individual portion, by the way. This is like a personal pizza, but it's pretty big. Because you can order a 20-inch, but I just got the margarita. I wish I had gotten like some pepperoni and sausage on this. Actually, oh no, those are tomatoes, okay. And then Steve got...
I got the Nikki's Burrata.
Nikki's Burrata is what this one's called.
Yeah, so it's got burrata, it's got some salami, it's got some pickled Fresno chilies, some onions on there as well, pesto. Interesting shape of pizza, I'll have to admit that, but mine looks pretty tasty, so I'm ready to dig in.
And for Caleb, we got him the kids' spaghetti and meatballs.
All right, and the calamari was just delivered. Look how good this looks. It's piled high. It looks like you got some of those pickled Fresno's there as well. So I'm excited about this.
Okay, I'm gonna call it. I think this is one of my new favorite like lunch spots.
Really?
And this is pretty close to our home as well. But my pizza is fantastic. I was a little bummed out because I was like, oh, it's just a basic margarita pizza. I wish I had gotten some pepperoni and sausage. It is so flavorful. And the tomato sauce has a nice like savory quality. I'm not a big fan of like pizza sauces or any kind of pasta sauce that has like a sweetness to it. I love this. And the crust, this restaurant is aptly named. The crust is fantastic. It is so crispy and crunchy. And then I snuck a bite of the calamari and it is fantastic.
It is. Whatever I decided to order, everything has like a nice like spice to it, but it's a good spice. Yeah. So, but I have that, and you dip it in calamari. It comes with like the sweet chili dip as well. That's got spice, so
right.
I'm not getting any relief.
You want a bite, Daddy?
Yes, I will take a bite. Thank you. Oh, that's good. All right, Caleb ate a good lunch, so he's got his ice cream. Oh yeah. Well, that was a very good lunch, and we got Mr. Crazy Man here. Okay, so as you can see, we are back home now, and some time has passed. We're all ready. I'm not kidding you. This is the day where we've been coming and going. But we're going again. We had the lunch, as you saw. We didn't do any more shopping after that. We came right home. Steve took a nap. Caleb hung out with Skylar. I cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, we're going out tonight. We're going out again for restaurant week. We're going to a place called Wolf and Wren. We have heard so many great things about this from friends. Now, we have gone for brunch, and it was fantastic. So I am very excited to see what dinner is gonna be. The three of us are going, and we're gonna meet my niece Macy up there, and we're gonna have a nice little dinner. And then Macy and Caleb are gonna go off. She's gonna watch him for the night, and Steve and I are gonna hang out in Phoenix. We're gonna stay in Phoenix, and we're seeing a show. Now, I know I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of comments being like, what show are you gonna go see? What are you gonna see? So I don't want this to get political, guys, but we're gonna go see Stephanie Miller tonight. I love her morning show. I listen to her in the morning. She's got a morning talk show. But we're gonna go see her show tonight. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But I think we're gonna get going right now because yeah, we got a little bit of a drive up to downtown Phoenix, and I don't know if the freeways are still closed. All right, we are here in downtown Phoenix. Okay, cool.
Was I born at that time?
Yeah, you were born.
All right, we're looking. Got a few minutes before our reservation, and the restaurant is just down the hall here. But we're just taking in some of the sights of downtown Phoenix. So our dinner at Wren and Wolf proved to be much louder than I had anticipated. Also, the dining room became very dark halfway through the meal. So to spare you another poorly lit, poorly mic'd dining segment, I'll just provide a quick recap. The restaurant is really pretty, sort of gives that high society hunting lodge vibe, if that makes any sense. Now, we started with the noble bread, and it came with whipped truffle butter. It was so delicious, and I also forgot to film it before we all dug in. They've got a robust menu featuring lots of starters, including a raw bar, salads, and caviar. It's pretty fancy. We opted for the restaurant week menu, so to start, I went with the shrimp cocktail. Steve had the Wren and Wolf meatballs, and Caleb got the strawberry salad. The really surprising thing happened with our entrees, however. No surprise here, I had the filet of beef with whipped Parmesan potatoes. Steve ordered the 12-hour braised oxtail pappardelle with horseradish ricotta, but it was Caleb who got the star dish of the table in the A5 Salisbury steak with truffle wild mushroom gravy and mashed potatoes.
Can I have a steak knife?
Oh my. I didn't film his because he was hungry and I didn't want to make him wait just for me to film his food, but Steve and I both tried a bite. It was incredible. It had those fall, like Thanksgiving flavors. It was so good. Who would have thought with a Salisbury steak? And finally, dinner wrapped with butter cakes and strawberries, and I ordered the Meyer lemon cake. All in all, it was a fantastic meal. All right, dinner was fantastic. That was very good.
Very filling.
Yeah, it was, but very, very good. But now we are at the Arizona Financial Center. It's time to go into our show. Yeah. All right, here we are. We've made it. Arizona Financial Theater. I've never been here before. Good morning, everyone. So it is now Sunday. Last night's show, we had a lot of fun. It was very funny. We had a great time. And our babysitter told us that Caleb had a great night. He was a very good boy. So this morning we have a lot going on. We have a lot going on today. First of all, I think we're going to take, well, not first of all, but one of the things we want to do today is we want to go see the movie. We want to go take Caleb to go see The Wild Robot. That it just looks really cute. Anytime there is like a kids movie out, we always like to see, you know, it doesn't always have to just be Disney, but Caleb loves going to the movie. I love going to the movies. So I think we're going to do that this afternoon. Or actually we might go kind of like late morning. And then tonight, my niece is coming over, the same niece. Her and her girlfriend are coming over tonight because the other night we were sitting at the kitchen table just like having a fun night and we started talking about movies. And, you know, I've mentioned this before. I love movies. I am a big movie person. I always thought to myself, if I hadn't started this channel, if I hadn't started Magic Dads, I probably would have started like a movie channel. Like that's how much I'm into it. Foreign films, black and white films, silent films. I mean, I love movies. But we started talking and my niece was letting us know how many of these like wonderful movies that are out there that she had never seen before, and we couldn't believe it. And we all decided we're gonna start a film club. So I think she and her girlfriend, okay, tangent. I honestly can't remember the last time I ever vlogged right here where I didn't have some noise going on. But her and her girlfriend are here almost like every weekend already to have dinner, to hang out and stuff. So we decided we're gonna start incorporating watching movies. So tonight we are starting our very first night of film club. We were talking about it last night at dinner and she was very excited about this. But we're also gonna take it to the next step because you know, you guys know us. So what we're gonna do is we have picked out a movie that we're gonna watch. We're gonna introduce a fine film for them, and I am going to make a dinner that somehow corresponds or correlates to the film, and Steve is gonna come up with a cinematic cocktail. So it's gonna be like themed dining tonight, but we're very excited. The movie we have selected for our first movie club night is going to be Pulp Fiction. So figure we might as well start out with a bang, you know, literally. And I think we're gonna do burgers and boozy milkshakes. I'm not sure. Steve and I are still ironing out the details. We still have quite a few hours to go before we have to make the final decision. But that's what we're thinking. We thought that would be fun. But of course, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, what's going on with the French onion soup? Because I'll be honest with you, we're running out of time. Tomorrow is the day we have to start packing and getting ready for our Disney World trip. So I have decided soup always tastes better the next day anyways, right? So I am actually gonna make the French onion soup right now, and then we'll eat it tomorrow night for dinner. I think that'll be perfect because usually we make it, we vlog it, we eat it, and it's great. But then when I reheat it the next morning, it always tastes better. And I'm like, oh, we should vlog this one time. So this is that time. Yeah, so I'm gonna make my French onion soup right now. We'll probably go to the movie. Then we're gonna have our movie club night. And then tomorrow we're gonna enjoy the soup. But right now, let's start cutting up some onions. So for those of you who want to follow along this recipe, I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide. First thing we want to do is we want to take our onions. Again, this is 2.5 pounds of onions, and we're going to slice these up. Wow, we have got some strong onions today because I'm even wearing my onion goggles. And woo, strong onions. Oh my gosh. Does it show up on, I'm not wearing my contacts right now. Oh my gosh, my eyes are watering even through this. This is insane. I already gave the warning to Steve and Caleb. You might want to stay upstairs. It's pretty intense in here. Quick tip I want to share. A lot of the times if I'm chopping up an onion or a lot of onions, just throw like a damp towel over it until you're ready to use them. I find that really keeps everything under control. So to kick things off on the stove, I am heating up my Dutch oven over medium heat, and we're gonna drop in 5 tablespoons of butter. Once the butter's melted, we'll add all of our sliced onions, along with 1 teaspoon of sugar. I've mentioned this before. I'm not usually a fan of adding sugar to a recipe, especially if it's something like I don't find it necessary. But it is just 1 teaspoon of sugar, and it helps the onions caramelize. So with our sugar in there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do just a quick stir to get everything, all those onions covered with the butter and the sugar. And then I'm going to kind of leave this here and only stir like occasionally. You don't really want to disturb the onions too much at this stage. And I'm gonna let them cook here for about 15 minutes. Okay, I think everything looks good. So yeah, I'm just gonna let these hang out here for 15 minutes, only stirring occasionally. All right, so my timer is about to go off and my onions look fantastic. So I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium, and this time you can start stirring them a little more frequently, but at this point we continue cooking them down for another 30 to 45 minutes. That's what the cookbook says. Now, in all the years I've been making this recipe, I have never gone the full 45 minutes, just because I feel like at that point they're gonna start burning. I find anywhere more, for me, again, I'm using a Le Creuset Dutch oven, so this is an enameled cast iron pan, plus I'm cooking over gas. So even at medium heat, I find it only really takes me about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, but nothing more than that. And then I get those really beautiful onions that you want in a French onion soup. Okay, my timer has just gone off. This was 30 minutes, and I did adjust my heat, so I'm a little bit between medium and medium-low, and that worked really nicely because these onions look fantastic, and I don't see any burned onions at all. Smells really great. So at this point, we're gonna sprinkle on 1 tablespoon of flour. That serves as our little bit of a thickening agent, and we're gonna stir this for about 1 minute, just enough to kind of burn off that like flour taste. And you want to stir it really good and really get that flour incorporated into the onions. And in this part also, you want to stir like continuously. And as you can see over off to the side here, I've got my Courvoisier, or it's a cognac. I'm using Courvoisier, and then we've got the Chardonnay we bought yesterday. And we're gonna be adding 3 tablespoons of the cognac and ½ a cup of the white wine. So give it a good stir. So now we can go ahead and bring our heat back on. And we're gonna bring this to a simmer over medium heat, and you're gonna let it simmer for like just for a little bit, like maybe like 2 minutes before we add our brown stock. But that cognac and white wine will really give this a nice, rich flavor, some depth. It'll be fantastic. And at this point, we can now add our brown stock, our beef stock that we bought at the store the other day. Now, you know, some people like to say, oh, you should have heated this up. You should have put this in a big saucepan and had it warmed and ready to go. But you guys, like I said, I've been making this for years. This is how I've always done it, and it always turns out spectacular. And I should mention, I'm adding 7 cups of the beef stock. If you use these boxes like I do, just know that 2 boxes is going to give you 8 cups. So just, you know, pour 1 cup out and save it for something else. But with that, you guys, seriously, this for the most part, that's the bulk of this recipe. And you've got French onion soup. What we're going to do now is we're just going to, we're going to bring this to a simmer, and then we're going to partially cover this, and it's going to simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes, and you've got French onion soup. Okay, we got a good simmer going on here. So what I'm gonna do to partially cover this, I take my spoon, this is my little trick to you. I take my spoon and I use a lid that's got like, I don't know if, can you see it? I'm doing this one-handed. It's got a little bit of a lip, so I can like hinge it kind of like this. And that way, if like, you know, the sweat that forms on the top of this, it goes right back into the soup. Sometimes if you just leave it like something like this, the sweat can form on the underside of this, and then the sweat drips all over your stovetop, and that's a pain, especially if you've got like a glass top. So yeah, I like to use this little method where it kind of, I don't know what you call that. Like, is it a lip? And it just kind of rests on the edge there, and then keep it open. This is how I do it, partially covered, and it works wonders. All right, so it is actually quite a bit later, because as soon as I wrapped up making that soup, we ran out and saw the movie. We went to our local movie theater and we saw The Wild Robot. It's the new DreamWorks movie. It was so good. I've heard really great things about it, so I was excited to see it. And I was telling Steve and I were both, at one point we looked at each other and we were like almost crying. Like, it was a really great movie. It's very heartwarming, especially if you have kids, if you're a parent. It was great. But we are back at home now, and My soup is, I just put the lid on my soup and just kind of let it cool to room temperature. I'm gonna throw it in the fridge now, and then that's gonna be our dinner for tomorrow night. So tomorrow all we have to do is like make the crouton, top it with some cheese, and throw it on the broiler, and we're gonna have fantastic French onion soup. But right now, we are just kind of cleaning up at the house. Caleb's hanging out with Skylar, and we're getting ready for our movie club night. And you know what's so funny? Let me show you something. We're a family of like vloggers right now because Steve is currently making a reel for his
Instagram.
Sip and Travel Instagram. Yeah.
So we're all doing our own little thing. We're all very, very active on the Sunday doing projects. So excuse me with boiling hot water.
Here's his setup right now.
So we already got a fire going. And now
he's using the old school vacuum. These are the old. I don't want to get in your light. I know he's actually filming it right now. He's doing a time lapse. So. But he's using the, I don't know if some of you, oh, I got it. I keep hitting this focus button. Sorry, guys. Okay. But we got the old school Victorian Albert's vacuum coffee maker going on. Okay. But speaking of coffee maker, excuse the tripod here. Remember how in the last video I was just saying, like, we never use this, I'm gonna put this away. I'm so glad I didn't, because we're using it tonight. Trying to get some more ideas for our movie club tonight, I was flipping through, I have this book, I can't show it to you unfortunately because I bought it on my phone, so it's like a digital copy, but it's from Turner Classic Movies, it's like movie night menus. Same kind of a thing. The idea is they pick a movie and then they put a whole menu together for you and how you can plan a party around watching that movie. And one of the movies in the book is American Graffiti. I think it's from like 1960. Oh no, I think it's the 70s. George Lucas film. Anyways, the menu worked out perfectly for Pulp Fiction because they basically said it should be like hamburger, fries, milkshake, and then what I thought was really cute, like as a suggested optional add-on, you could do diner coffee. As the movie continues to play and the night gets a little later, maybe you could bust out some diner coffee. And I thought that was such a clever idea and totally works. The whole menu works for Pulp Fiction, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna brew some diner coffee for us later as the evening progresses. I'm really excited about doing this tonight. I love this kind of like party planning kind of stuff. It's fun. By the way, if you ever wanted to know what it's like living with a bourbon enthusiast Instagrammer, just never plan on cleaning your kitchen because it's always a mess because he'll come in here and he'll dirty every single dish the second you have this place clean. I think you heard me filming that. By the way, okay, so we're having an issue right now because it's taking forever for the coffee pot. I can't get too close, you guys, because I don't want to mess up his shot. Like I said, he's doing a time lapse. But I was telling him he should have used boiling water to put in there because now it's going to take forever.
But it wouldn't have looked as good if it was already hot and boiling. Like the whole point is it's supposed to be on its own. It's its own contraption.
Right.
I know for our dinner parties we preheat the water.
Yeah.
But for the purpose of this, it meant to be natural. Like people are like, oh, it was so amazing. Same thing that happened with us when we first saw this at Victorian Albert's. We had to buy it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the issue is for me is like this is like what the third time you've done this today because the first time the time lapse like pooped out.
I gotta check just to make sure. So I'm like watching it. But again, the whole family has to be here.
Yeah.
And like,
it's like stay out of the light. Stay out of the light.
So you have to stay out of the light. You can't touch anything. Everything's gotta stay. I'm like this. The whole time. It's a stressful situation.
But we're trying to figure out like the logistics of everything of how we want our movie club night to go, especially, you guys, first of all, I really apologize. I know we always make the French onion soup like the big like centerpiece, the big, you know, the kickstart of Halloween. And I feel like this year it's kind of getting pushed under the rug. And it is, I have to admit it is. But honestly, it was because when I realized we were traveling out to Orlando on the 1st, which is our usual night of doing it, initially, I was thinking, oh, we just won't do it this year. But I know a lot of you guys really look forward to it. Some of you are new here and you want to see the French onion soup being made. So we're doing it. We are going to do it. But I do feel it has taken a little bit of a back seat to our movie club. Because for us, the movie club is new. It's fun. We're excited. We are going to cut a few corners tonight, though, because Steve and I were talking about it. Because we travel out in just like a couple days, I don't want to tear up the kitchen too much. So we are actually going to DoorDash some burgers and French fries tonight, but we are going to make our own milkshakes. I think we're going to make the peanut butter and jelly milkshake from 50s Primetime, and then I think we're going to spike it with a little bit of, I don't know what we're going to spike it with, but We want boozy milkshakes, so I think that'll be really cool. And then I was also thinking about the diner coffee. Now granted, I do like a cup of coffee at night. In fact, I'm having some right now. But wouldn't it be cute, like if you were doing this like for a big party and maybe it was a Saturday night and you guys were gonna stay up late and get a little loosey-goosey, wouldn't it be cute to make like espresso martinis and put them in these like classic diner mugs? I think that would be really cute. I don't know. I'm just like, my mind is like reeling right now because I just, like I said, I love party planning. I love doing this kind of stuff. So this is a lot of fun for me right now. Okay, and just in the course of me doing that little bit right there, this started.
Set a timer for 1 minute. Nope.
Stay there, Skylar. So if you've never seen this in action, the heat from the flame, it kind of works as a vacuum. So they call this like a vacuum coffee maker. And so all that water, that hot water is pulled up to that top part, which is where the coffee grounds are. And when that fills up with all the water, you let it sit for about a minute and then you extinguish the flame down below and then all that coffee drops back into the actual coffee pot.
So we've asked everybody to stay back. Look how close she is to light.
Oh yeah, Skylar's gotta be like...
She was just resting her ear on it just a second ago. Come on guys, don't. We're almost done, we're almost done.
Oh, Kayla! So it is, our friends should be here, our friends. My niece and her girlfriend should be here in a minute. Caleb's very excited because they're always fun to play with.
Because look, see guys, watch this.
Yeah, let's see if she catches it.
Oh, good job!
Good girl.
Good girl, good girl.
But we're just getting ready for our very first movie club night. Obviously, I just want to make sure everybody knows we're not starting the movie until after Caleb goes to bed. But yeah, so we're gonna order from Kona Grill. We're gonna get some cheeseburgers and fries. We're gonna make milkshakes here.
Yeah, and I gotta figure out what kind of cocktail I need to make that's inspired by the movie.
Okay.
So I have 2 ideas.
Okay. Well, and then just so you know, my niece and her girlfriend, they don't like being on the vlog. I've asked them a few times. So we're not going to vlog too much, but we'll probably jump in real quick to see whatever cocktail Steve decides to make.
Yeah, we'll do like little snippets throughout the night.
Plus also, like, we're watching a movie. You can't really vlog that. So, oh, my timer went off. Dinner has arrived. And as you can see, we got the Big Kahuna Burger. We ordered from Kona Grill, so we got the KG cheeseburger with some French fries, and then the milkshakes are coming up next. Well, our very first night of movie club was a huge success. That was so much fun. The burgers and the fries were it was a perfect match for the movie. I did wind up making the peanut butter and jelly milkshake, but I made 2 batches. I just doubled the recipe and I poured them in like little glasses and split it 4 ways. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to drink an entire milkshake. I even timed it just right so that I made it and we could enjoy them while they're actually drinking the milkshakes in the movie. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. My niece and her girlfriend really liked the movie, so big success. We won't be meeting next week because we'll be in Disney World, but we're probably going to do a horror-themed one as when we get back because it'll be closer to Halloween. We're thinking maybe like The Shining or something. I don't know. But tonight is the night. It's French onion soup night, so I am getting our shredded Gruyere ready. Steve went and got a baguette, so I've shown this before. I slice them really, really thick, and then we're gonna toast these with some butter and some thyme. It's gonna be very, very good. All right.
So just as Mike shared, we have been thinking about French onion soup for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
But now it's ready. It's got that extra day to really like let the flavors like marinate together, so we're excited about that. I just started off toasting the baguettes. They're going to be the croutons are going to be on top.
Yep.
Just finished making Caleb dinner as well because I'm not sure how soon we're going to be able to have soup, but very busy night right before our day of travel.
It is, and I have to say I'm almost completely packed. I've even done the stuff that I usually wait till tomorrow. I'm like, oh, I'll just do it in the morning. It's done. I think a lot of it is because I'm trying to get this vlog out by tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So
it's all in the service of you all, so we hope you enjoy that. And really, I'm very proud that I feel like so far tomorrow's going to be less stressful because we are so prepared. So
yes,
that's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Okay, so here we are. It is officially French onion soup night. So Caleb's gonna be going to bed in a little bit, so I think Steve and I are gonna switch on the American Werewolf in London as tradition. And I am heating up the soup right now. It smells so good. So I heated it up low and slow, and it got to a nice gentle simmer. And then I tasted it, it was really good. I corrected the seasoning, add a little bit more salt, and I think we're ready to dish. All right, this soup is ready. So I'm gonna ladle it into our soup bowls. And you know what's great about this soup too is that it's pretty rich, believe it or not. So a little bit does go a long way. But granted, since, you know, Steve and I were really gonna only be able to enjoy this tonight, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and really ladle these up. And when you're ladling this up, you do want to make sure you leave yourself enough room to get your croutons and your Gruyere on top. These are the croutons Steve made. Again, I cut them really thick because they are going to soak up all that liquid. And then he put a little olive oil on there and some salt and pepper. So we'll add these there. Oh, I guess I could have cut them a little bigger. Oh well. There's that one. Lovely, lovely. Now let's just top this with some Gruyere.
So Mike is over here shredding some additional Gruyere. This is what makes it, in my opinion. Like, the presentation is all about that crust of Gruyere on top of the French onion. That's what was lacking at the French onion that I had at Mastro's that we just recently talked about.
Good amount.
I like it when it like bubbles over the edge.
Yeah.
I think it's all about appearances. Like, I really want the cheese in the soup. I don't want it on the side, but it's just that presentation that just takes it to the next level.
Okay. And this will just go right under our broiler.
Well, you got to keep eye on it because it does boil up pretty fast, right?
Fresh out of the oven. We had them under the broiler. Cheese melted. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Now, Steve is sprinkling it with a little bit of thyme, just to give it a little greenery, little color. Bam. And then obviously you can smell it because it's so hot when it hits the soup. You can smell that thyme coming off of it. Oh my goodness. Our October 1st tradition, kickoff of Halloween. Dinner is served. Check it out. We even went above and beyond for you guys. We put the leftover thyme we have just to garnish the plate. We figure we're leaving town tomorrow, so it's going to go bad in the refrigerator anyway. So, but check it out. Excuse the Food Network in the background. It's like Caleb's new obsession.
Oh my goodness.
It's really good, right?
The extra day.
Yeah.
Extra day.
Yeah.
Wow. So good.
And I was going to say, as Steve mentioned, usually I will add a little bit of veal demi-glace at the very end just to kind of give it that extra, like, little something. Even without that, this is so good. So much flavor. It's just so delicious. Okay, we are well into this soup. It is so good. And I was kind of thinking, granted, we have like, there's like a Halloween episode on Food Network playing right now, so it's totally getting me in the Halloween mood. I would say this would be an excellent soup for Halloween night.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though we do it so early to kick off the season, this would be perfect.
The flavors are perfect. It's reminiscent of fall. It's very rich. It's also very filling.
It is.
Like this, I always think like French onion soup is always kind of like brothy. Yours is very hearty.
Yeah, you would think soup, that's not going to fill me up. But because, you know, we make the croutons so thick so it doesn't get super soggy.
Like, look at this. Like, this is definitely turned into a hearty soup.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just like the bread like hydrates and then it starts acting like a thickening agent in there.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
It's very good. So Mike earlier was asking, what are we going to do for dinner tonight? I'm like, French onion soup. He's like, oh, okay. I guess that's enough. I'm like,
it was equal parts like, oh, I totally forgot. And then also like, oh, soup for dinner.
I know, but this is so hearty.
It is.
Like, I'm good. I'm definitely happy with this.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So it definitely is a great kickoff to the fall. Even though it's still 110 degrees here in Arizona, we're eating soup. It's so hot outside, but it's part of the season. You just got to jump into it.
It's part of our tradition.
Right? You have to jump into it, but I love this tradition.
And we leave for Orlando tomorrow morning, first thing. Like, I feel like this is really early for us, but also it's our Halloween trip. So this is a great way to start it.
So here's the issue is that here in Arizona, we are in a different time zone. We do not change time zones, for anybody that doesn't know that. So we are in Pacific time zone right now. Half of the year, we're in mountain time because we just do not change. So this happens to be a very early flight for our family tomorrow. It's a 9 a.m. We take off at 9 a.m., which means we got to get there pretty early. So I'm trying to tell Mike, to plan that we have to leave here at 6:45.
Right.
It gives us 40 minutes to get to the airport, check our luggage, have some bit of sanity before we have to get onto the plane. So
right.
That's what I'm trying to go for. We'll see if that happens. I doubt it will. So that'll be in the next vlog. But anyhow, this has been an amazing tradition. Thank you for sticking around with us. I know we've been talking about this for a very long time, but it definitely hits.
All right, so another French onion soup night in the books.
Yeah, this has been one of those kitchen sink vlogs, right?
Yeah,
like a little
for
bit of
sure.
everything. But we are very happy to be kicking off this fall season. This is admittedly one of our favorite seasons.
It is.
So to be heading off to Disney World, to be doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, this is the time that we love with our family.
Absolutely.
It really is. So I'm totally excited about the morning. Even though it's early, we'll definitely have a great time.
Yeah. So yeah, lots more videos coming your way, and we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours, enjoy.